Testing. Testing. Well, that's cool. Good morning, grasshoppers. All right, how does this look? This does not look good. All right. This is going to have to do for now. What is that behind the Instagram logo? Okay. All right. Good luck, Saul. Whew. Oh, that was interesting. That was terrible. Absolutely horrid. All right. Finally, a weakness. My bishop looks like it belongs there now. That's fascinating. So d5 is weakened. Yes, I'm winging it. And now, perhaps the only way to reinforce the center. Nah, that was a terrible move too. Arg! Absolutely horrid move. One of these days I'll learn how to play chess. Can't believe how badly am I playing? Crazy. How badly can one play? Too much stuff on my mind, everybody. Too much stuff. Welcome. Please check out our sponsor. Our number one sponsor at the moment. Starting in July, all proceeds from the July stream will be going to crossing my fingers, funding abortion access. Do I really want to weaken myself that much? Where is that piece going? So knight e4 sacks a pawn. c4, d takes c4, bishop takes e4, bishop takes e4. Yuck. I know, you can sack a piece if you'd like to. You can sack a piece if you want to. You can leave the rest behind. I'll try to keep restricting his knight on g3 with the pawns on e4. I'm sorry, e6, d5, and g6. And we'll see what we can do. Good morning, Nico. How are you? Good morning, BM4723. Thank you. I am playing Better Call Saul. That was nice of him. I think I got a free move out of that deal. And now, again, knight to e4. So you're stopping knight to g4 in the last move. All right, now the position has become a wee bit more playable. Enjoy that while you have it, please. Is it that bad? Fortunately, I'm attacking a piece while he's attacking a piece. I feel like I'm overworked a la. Do I not have a choice in this matter? Oh, that was scarier than it needed to be with one really terrible, you're gonna get wrecked. Cut that out, Lord. What kind of positive thinking is that? Positive thinking with positive action gives you positive results. You're not trying to win these games. I don't understand why you are even trying to win these games. You are exercising. exercising your ability to play a better move than you did the last time under a certain amount of pressure, because at some point in your game you will have 3 minutes. At some point in your game you will have less than 3 minutes. That is the ideal. No one, absolutely no one, goes through this game without consuming their time. It just doesn't happen. I don't understand how anyone could play for a win in a vacuum. Whoa. Oh, that didn't work. Did it work? It's an exchange sacrifice. It actually may have worked really, really well. Well, it worked less well than I anticipated. Seya, how are you? Just have to remaneuver, recoordinate, and we are going to be working on our piece coordination today. Absolutely going to be working on our piece coordination. It is a must. Not sure what his pieces are doing. Notice how Black's pieces are just not coordinating. Looking for somebody. Yes, I'm looking for somebody. This is a fork. It may not look like a fork, but it is truly a fork. D7 is too weak. Did I have queen to D7 check last move? I don't know if it really did anything. Maybe it did something. C5 check. Yeah, I guess it did. A classic weekender in your local state capital. Nice. Good luck. I'm going to check my tweets in a bit to see if I got some feedback. On which abortion access charity And c5 looks like it might win a piece, but c5 could have won a piece last move. Again, I'm not playing very well. Really not playing very well. And it shows. They are a little bit like drugs. Unless you've been in the hospital too many times in over-the-board tournaments, having been beaten up by little kids. And the emergency room becomes distasteful after a while, so then it becomes a little bit less of an addiction. But certainly when you're studying on a regular basis, what is he really doing? I can't even imagine coming back after 20 years. Even coming back after COVID was tough for me. I'm still steeling myself to enter the World Open this weekend. I saved money on one WSOP event. I played one WSOP event less than I expected to. Therefore, it gives me a lot of extra cash. Excellent. MD Knight 0. You try to get a non-provisional USCF rating. How many games in are you? Let's see. You played 5 in Stanford and 4 or 5 in Massachusetts. So you have 10. You need 24? Can't recall if you need 20 or 24. Yeah. So I think you need 24 then. Yeah. VSOP. What is that? MD Knight 0. Well, hopefully, if it's a CCA event, I will be there with you. I would like to somehow negotiate a CCA sponsorship of sorts, where I cover all of their events and promote all of their events and do live coverage at the events. If they would have me. Because I have been working, I've worked for Bill Goichberg on and off since the late 80s, early 90s. I'm trying to think of when my first one was. The WSOP is the World Series of Poker, and then there's the World Series of Poker Europe. Let's see if that link goes to the right place. You can choose other for the state, by the way, if it comes up with a message like that. And that was just where I was. Nico. So now black is ahead in time in this position. Of course, I do want to build up in the center, make the same pieces move twice. And entertain very strange thoughts indeed. This is actually quite good for me, by the way. still remaining quite good for me. Wait a minute now. So I've developed 6 pieces, while white has castled and developed 3. The element of time is huge. One thing you should pay attention to in those games when Liechtenstein is playing is that you should be paying attention to how the principles of chess are followed. A4 is a move. Can I do it this way? I don't know. Seems unusual. But at least we don't have the bishop pair. I think I'm going for the strategic advantage here. I'm looking for somebody. Yep. I don't have a choice in the matter. Unfortunately, I do not. I have to watch out for a few different tricks. So let's see here. Yeah, that's one of them. Some calculation is needed. I'm looking for somebody. I'm looking for somebody. I'm looking for somebody. We have a strategic advantage. So now we get the open file. Two weak back ranks. This may not be enough to win. But we will find out. It's going to require a lot of patience. Interesting. I'm walking alone, streets are empty. And now the globe, trying to protect your soul. Can I do this? Did I accidentally do this by accident? Did I actually do this by accident? I did. I hornswoggled him, I'm afraid. Terribly sorry, Nico. There was a built-in tactic. So I think I posted on Twitter, Chris, I'm going to check it again. I think I posted it, but I was so busy last night. A poll of 14 different abortion access causes, and then there's a nationwide abortion access where the money that you can donate can go to any one of 90. So unfortunately, that adds a layer of operational expenses, you know? Which is really annoying. I really want a dedicated link to something that has low operational costs as an abortion access. And it's not easy. Not easy at all. Let's watch the last game going here while we have it. Turtana versus Oleg, 1974. I was very lucky against Nico, I'll admit it. That was absolutely ridiculous what happened there. Let's check my thing. And when I post this, as I shared someone else's article, I expect to lose followers. But that's okay, who needs them? People who believe that guns have more rights than women. Who needs them? Twitter. Where's my profile? Okay, here we go. Found it. Right, not that easy to get to your own profile in a couple of these. Who liked this? I retweeted it and I quoted it as a tweet. I think that's a little ridiculous. But I don't really need to. I did post the, did I not post it? Oh no. Because I'm running out of time. I really want to make the decision in the first week of July where the money is going. I messaged Jennifer Shahade because she was promoting abortion access in Vegas. But when I Google abortion access, it apparently, and maybe actually MD Knight knows more about this than I do because he's closer to the field. Not that field, obviously, but it seems like abortion access is a state-by-state organization. Don't play Bishop. It's objectively losing for white. Yes. That is correct. I have attempted Bishop G4 in the G5 variation, and I was very lucky to draw. Very lucky. Oh no, my opponent did not know how to hold the center. He gave up the center. And he likes to move his queen twice. This is the same position objectively, and he's supposed to play e5. That's probably... Do I have to give up on it? think I do. Before my bishop gets kicked. That's fascinating. More development for me. It's always good to attack back when you are attacked. Now he has to develop accordingly. Not normally my favorite square for the bishop. So, now we're trapped in Fischer's mind. Can't think of anything better to do at the moment than this. I'm going to play like Caruana. Not necessarily a good thing. Facing Duda, Duda, Duda Day. Where is that knight going? Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I sort of know where he's going. But it doesn't seem realistic. Yeah. But there is a nationwide abortion access, not abortion access, there is a nationwide abortion fund coalition that attempts to get the resources to the right place where it's needed. I am going to make it a charity stream as well. I'm going to do that as well. Basically, and I will be doing it periodically as the need arises. It's not going to be the same thing every time, but for the moment, until this matter clears up, it is almost exactly what we need. I'm trying to hornswoggle my opponent into something. I don't know if he's going to fall for it. So far, so good. I seem to have everything under relative control. We'll return to the scene. Need to make rook c8 impossible. What? Is he just trading off queens? Or is that a permanent weakness I see in front of me? I see a lot of weak pawns here. Make sure we don't hang anything. Let's put my knight on the best possible square that we can find for the moment. Could hornswoggle me with f6? He could. Oh man. It seemed to have worked out. I'm in trouble. That's all there is to it. Where are you headed? Bum, 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 bum. He's getting out of it. It's not a real threat. Unfortunately, it's not a real threat. That was not a real threat. That one requires some additional analysis. Oh, there is no music? That's fascinating. Let's find out about the filters on that one. Interesting. How about now? Yeah, I have had this experience before. Interesting. So the desktop audio is responding, but I don't want it on track 1. Oh, I see. Desktop audio track 2. And I have to have it on track 6 as well. I need my microphone on track 1 only.
Check. 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 Victory.
Testing, testing, test. I have to use track 6? I don't want to use track 6. Designates if this source is recordable in your audio track. Oh, I see. Castle in the sky. All right. I think I'm just going to make my soundtrack available by Spotify. Does everybody have an awareness of Spotify? I think that's the easiest. We're going to listen along with Spotify. Because I don't necessarily want my stream muted. And I don't really need the music, to be honest. I'm going to clobber Spotify for a moment. And I'm going to choose some Get Psyched, Get Pumped music. Let's see what's going on here. Nico, how is Nico doing? Performance rating. Too loud. That's way too loud. I have no idea what I'm listening to here. Which soundtrack is usually safe? So really, I want to get back to no music. Ideally. You can't please everyone all the time. Yeah, this is wrong. All right, I'm going back to the desktop audio being different. How about that? No more music. Maybe. What is the point of having something not in your recorded, in your video recording? In your recording. I just don't get it. Recorded tracks. Put it on 4 instead of 3. Good morning, Tapas New. How are you? I'm struggling with being able to have music on my stream and then have it not appear in the recorded version. And it is possible to do this. And I have an understanding of how it works. Oh no, it was Lauren that got you, Nico. Lauren is very resourceful. Hunter the Luna, what happened? Oh no. Oh, he timed out against Nico. Oleg, 1974, deserving win.
New challenge.
Oh, 1 second. At Oleg, 1974. So you are about 40, 39. Can't tell how old that is. It's 2022. So in 2024. No, that's not possible. I'm assuming that it's not 1st of September 74, but that would be the same year. Good work. Now, did I lose to Oleg? I did lose to Oleg. I just need to see this game for a brief moment. So I believe you can follow me on Spotify and you can listen along to the same track, same soundtrack. There you go. Even though ratings are relative, someone under 2,000 can play higher and greater than 2,000 at any time. So this is one of my favorite variations. It doesn't like e4 in this position. Knight f3 absolutely stops the move e5.
This nation owes you a huge debt.
That is what I had to play. 1974, Ole, how are you? We're just going over our game. Nice win, sir. Thank you for following. 1974 was a relatively good year. It was the beginning of the end of the American involvement in the Vietnam War. That poor country. Ravaged. Any country that's ravaged by war does not deserve it. Whether it's Ukraine, Vietnam, whatever happened to Korea. It's just not cool. So here we are. Playing black. Oh, in your turn, and you're already in the. I'll be coming down tomorrow. I have to finish a few things at home. At 11 p.m. Good for you. Yeah, I'm sort of looking forward to it. I'm parlaying my last World Series of Poker entry fee into playing in the World Open instead. I mean, there's something to be said for bishop to g5, but I don't really want to give up the bishop pair. So e4 is a less than best move. c6 is questionable. And I should get super anxious here and play e5. No, bishop e2 was my other first choice, interestingly enough. Bishop e3 runs into knight to g4, so I didn't like that. Now this worked out pretty well. a4 doesn't make sense. I agree. Now that e6 is in, I can just continue and readdress the situation by bringing my bishop back. But I have to do the d4 pawn. Where are you from, Ole? 1974, Oleg. I didn't like queen to b3. I did consider this move, but I didn't really like the idea of undermining. I guess it doesn't really matter. I still have a serious advantage. Bishop f4 again is frowned upon. Probably nothing wrong with castling first, right? It doesn't say, but we're going to take a peek. Bishop g5 and castling are both better. I'm really missing my white square bishop. That was so silly. Oh my god. Well, how silly was that? Alright, not enough. The bishop f4 was part of a plan, which he saw, and now this is completely dominated, and this rook is out of the game because he has no squares. Castles, castles. b4. I'm not going to take a knight that cannot move. Now he has a square for his knight. That knight has no squares, threatening g4. I thought about f4, f5 here. Knight e4 is objectively the best move. Let's turn that off. I just realized it was running. It is allowed. You can't say knight g4. What happened? This game was me versus the tournament winner, and I really fell apart right at the end. Tapas knew. Yeah, possibly. It's just not productive enough because my pawn might want to do more. I might be playing on the other side. I can't move my f-pawn. In this structure, let's go back here to that position roughly where I was. Perhaps even, I don't know, even here I considered h3. But I don't like it on the sense that I want to move my f-pawn. I'm often going to have to move my f-pawn. And if I move my h2 pawn, then I'm just very mindful of dark square weaknesses. I've definitely gotten bit more than once because of weak square weaknesses. Their message got moderated because of knight g4. Were we able to allow it? And g4 might be, who knows, a terrorist organization. So there might be something on that. Is that weird? Thank you for being alert, the 3XK. Hold the phone here. Just checking the stream manager for a moment. "1974 Ole, what's going on?" Prevent black's activity with h3. I mean, that was the purpose of this move, was to induce e6, and I think I'm not as worried about this. I also thought about f3, bishop e3, and queen d2, along with knight on g to e2, and then attempting to go for it on the queen side. But you're right. You're absolutely right. It can work both ways. This was a faux pas on my part. End up moving my queen twice while they moved the bishop twice. It didn't work out as well. I had a very concrete plan for grabbing space. I invoked the name Fabiano, and I paid the ultimate price. But apparently, we're going to see this morning how it works out, because 5 or 6 hours ago, Ali Reza was starting a bullet match, 250 game bullet match, with Daniel Naroditsky at 5 o'clock in the morning in Spain. So at 5 o'clock in the morning in Spain, just hours ago, which was, I can't do math anymore, 7 hours ago? Yes. Roughly 7 hours ago in Spain, in Madrid, Daniel Naroditsky is playing Ali Reza a bullet match. Now, tell me about the irresponsibility of this. A, today, Firouzja plays Nepo. Nakamura, Fabiano, and Ding all need Perugia to not lose this game. But of course, there's nothing in the tournament left for him anymore. The integrity of the tournament is about to be let down. Next week, however, Magnus Carlsen will be playing in the World Series of Poker. Main event. I am going to be watching the candidates. That's exactly what I was talking about. The games are exciting. I think everybody else is going to lose the candidates. I don't think Nepo is going to win the candidates. I think Nepo will be in first place, but so far, everybody has been punting to him. This is the same Nepo that lost to Magnus Carlsen. This is not a new and improved Nepo. I wish it were a new and improved Nepo. Like, if he were that much stronger than when he lost to Carlsen. I mean, he is establishing a legacy as the new Korchnoi. I'll give him that much. He's the strongest bridesmaid in the country. I mean, in the world. What? Nah. So you mean if he stays up all night long, doesn't get any rest, and has no prep, you think he's going to crush Nepo? Yeah, but you can play bullet. I agree with you. You can play bullet, but sleep is still needed. Alireza will end up last. I am more interested in that than mine, so let's just do this. Actually, hold on. Let's just learn from my mistake. Let's cut straight to the chase. Bishop e2 is better, obviously. So in this position, I played a really jettisonable move when I needed to get my knight into the game perhaps better. I have to watch out for moves like f4, king h1, because they have f6 and possibly knight takes e5. What is the threat? Is he really threatening to play a5? He's not, and that's what I was attempting to prevent, but he's got that. I've got that. Is this worth it? No. This is probably better than what I played. This is better than king h1. And now, let's improve our worst place piece. Second to worst place piece. We could even consider the exchange sack on c5. The knight f4 was a terrible move. Just hanging everything. Can't be that move. Let's start thinking like we're really meaning what we're doing. Follow up on our ideas. I'll wager a gifted sub, 3xk. I'll give one sub to chat if Alireza loses. Draw or loss for Nepo equals one gifted sub. Right. No, we knew you were supporting Alireza. It just threw me off for a second. I like twisted around, yes. Oh, this is a really great concept. I like this. Gambling on the candidates. Which one of us is going to be gifting more subs? Who's taking on Lauren's bet? I know she's trying to bet with 3XK, who believes that Ali Reza switched hers. Thank you, that's true. A small prediction. I appreciate it either way. And ultimately, it will be going to charity. So what is going on in this position? All right. Nope, doesn't like that one either. What am I missing, folks? Relocating my rook to the better square? That was what I was eyeing. E6. I've tried that, it's not it. I've tried rook on F to D1, planning on taking over the open file if he exchanges. I've tried... Obviously I played knight F4 in the game, that was terrible. I haven't tried D6 yet. I've tried rook on F to C1, I've tried rook on F to A1. I'll try it again. It doesn't like it, it's better for black. Very weird. Nepo is not getting past round 11. Nepo is going to lose round 11. People have to stop celebrating. Ah, silly me.
Check.
And now we can play E6. And then we can play D5. Got it. That was huge. That was a huge one to miss. And now we're going to be nitpicking over which move is the lesser of evils. E takes F6. Do I have the same thing? No, I have to play this check first.
Check.
What? And then that? No. Oh, is it a draw? Yes, I have a forced draw here. Did not consider that move. I was not in the right state of mind. Rook A3 was a blunder. Again, this is the right move. And again, this is the right move. No? I played queen to D3. I was worried about... No, I played rook on C to A1. Is that what I played here? No, rook to C1, yeah. Back rank weakness. That was plaguing me. Queen to D3 was a jettisonable move.
Check.
So queen to D3 is not the move? Queen to B3 check is not the move. But what's the point here? Queen to E3, rook F E8, knight to D3. Having the square for the knight is good. Alright, let's go to the candidates. Let's review this real quickly. Really, really quickly. So today, I understand the way it works, and I know that a lot of the competitors give up on the tournament. I just think Ali Reza is too young, and he's not so responsible. I would like to believe that he is going to come back with a bang. But really, the number one ingredient that everybody needs is sleep. tell you the truth. Sleep. Nakamura, rapport. Nakamura is going to win. This is a huge game. This is going to decide the significance of round 11. And in round 11, no, sorry, round 12 is the key round. Nakamura versus Nippo. That's the game that decides everyone's fate right there. He's got to stop playing bullet. That's all I say. Just got to stop playing bullet. Nixia. Well, unfortunately, Nixia, these players play the Russian style of play, the technical Russian style of play. He and Karyakin are from the same school of just play moves where you never make a mistake and your opponent will lose the game. That's where they are. They're following in a very negative fashion, not unlike Kramnik. And Kramnik gets a little bit of the rough end of the stick here. I mean, I have to stay online long enough for Eric Keto to show up. But I'm going to schedule these things on the calendar, and I'm going to post them. Let me just catch up on what I was writing about. So meanwhile, our to-do list of games starting in July. Time to retire that particular calendar. And how long has it been? I'm just going to look at back my other calendar. August? September? No, not August. May, June, July. It's June. My grandson has used these for drawing pads, so I have to actually decipher underneath it. April is free for him. March is free for him. There it is. Oh my God, has it been since February? This is not good. So I owe Tiger on Tiger's list. I owe Tiger, MCD Memorable, I did the 1992 Spassky match. That's good. So everything on that sheet is taken care of. Just making sure that it was from February. I'm gonna do Tiger today. I need to put an expiration date on these. Pegasus is not that type of guy, but still, I'm not honoring my end of the bargain either. I have a 24-hour tall stream coming up. That one I don't know how I'm going to get in. I bit off more than I could chew. And hold the phone. How are we doing? Yeah, Ali Reza is playing very poorly. It's very sad. He just doesn't have enough experience. It's first time in the candidates. I predicted Duda's result as well, unfortunately. I wish I hadn't. Alright, I need to redo these later. TwitchCon. July 16th and 17th in Amsterdam. I realized this weekend that I am so we have Ulf Anderson, Purdy, So I think I'm only behind by 4, but I'm not entirely positive. I think I'm only behind by 4. Tiger, mine. And then I wanted to do exchange sacks. That was my offering for another time. And Eric Keto wanted Kramnik. He didn't even know about the, he just gifted 5 subs. He didn't even know about it. So yeah, we're going to have a tough time here. And in round 13, it's a relative walk for Nepo for the most part. Rapport is going to collapse like a house of cards. I would like to believe that he's going to steel himself and be the responsible adult that Alireza is. Personally, I feel the same way the 3XK. Yes, Eric Keto. Just writing down all of my studies now that I'm home because you had requested Kramnik for the 5 gifted subs. Namaste. Namaste. You're right. I should just do a charity stream and not entirely donate all of my income. But I mean, there's no income. I do this because I love it. Anybody who streams knows there's no income for this. Twitch takes a portion of the subscriptions, and that pretty much puts up with the operating costs of the broadcast, and I don't mind that. Donations and other things, bits are already taken out on the other end when you purchase it, so it's up to you what you choose to do with them. I think he has to, for the good of man, he has to defend it. But if he wins the World Series of Poker, who knows? I don't really believe he's going to win the World Series of Poker. They are going to have to put him on a separate table. He might draw a crowd of chess players. Maybe not. So that abomination of a game that Fabiano played yesterday, oh my god. That was just horrible. That was just totally disrespectful. And this game was nothing. This was a typical Russian draw, honestly. Neither player was playing for anything. Could have even been prearranged. I lived too long in a skeptical life to believe that...
Check.
What are they doing? But this game that Fabiano went all out, that was absolutely ridiculous. And also, Fabiano is guilty of some very boring chess too, by the way. Right, Eriquito? I mean, it's not that it's boring. It's just that it's not as resourceful. My pep talk to Fabi yesterday. Thank you for being there. No, he's not going to listen to me. He needs that pep talk before the tournament starts. That's really what it's all about. Once the pressure is off, once you know that you're not the favorite, once you know that you have to work your butt off to accomplish something in a tournament, then you basically just have to be extremely diligent and alert, all of that. It's terrible, in fact. Terrible. Yeah, that was a very disrespectful move. There were a whole bunch of moves that were very weird. Even in the Nakamura match. Like Alireza's play with G takes f6, then followed by bishop e6. That was so weird. Oh almost completely disrespectful. So here, all's well and good, but now King H8 appeals to me if you really want to start this mess. Right? You got to prepare it. This knight is off sides. How do we get this knight back in the game? Why is the knight over there? Normally on this particular type of move, we play knight to b8, knight to d7. It looks like knight to d8, knight f7 might be the order of the day as well. But knight a5 does not make sense to me. Even though it's the best move, long term, it's just no good. Yep, absolutely. You are now on my page. I am from the Lasker school more than the Tarrasch school. Lasker was far better rounded and could play any opening, and really would play the openings that disconcerted the opponents the most. Let's see where this started to go downhill out of the opening, though, because this opening is so lifeless. As black and as white. Like, the other drawback to these games, which is one other reason why they're promoting Chess 960, is that they want to not be playing the same moves all the time. They get on a runaway train and they don't think for themselves at the right moment. So, for example, this could have all been prepped all the way up to about now. This position, it could have all been prepped. And he could have had several moves to choose from. And I do like the idea of the exchange sacrifice here. The Queen H6 does seem to be like the right bet. But for whatever reason, he wasn't willing to give up on his pressure with leading with his queen. That's another basic faux pas that, to me, the queen does not belong in front. You should fall back and reorganize. The Leningrad Dutch. I thought you were studying Lasker. Lauren, I can play the Leningrad Dutch in a match if you want. I don't need to study it. You play f5, g6, bishop g7, d6. The only tricky part is deciding which positions you're going to play c6, or knight to c6, or knight on b to d7, or queen to e8. There's no opening there to be known. None of your opponents are going to know what to do with white. Really? White only needs to know the fourth move. But white only really needs to know 4 moves against the Leningrad Dutch, to be honest. So this is the move order to get into the Leningrad Dutch, ideally. I don't know, though. If you play this right away, that's fine. But then white never puts their pawn on c4. White plays c3. You have to keep being coy with knight f6. And white has to stay being coy with bishop g2. Now you have to commit. Personally, you have to commit. That's incorrect. None of your opponents know what to do because they don't know what to do every single day. It has nothing to do with the fact that you're playing the Leningrad Dutch. You just might be inspiring it a little bit earlier than, you know, move 9. They don't know what to do. I wonder if he had someone specific in mind. That's what I'm curious about. I've been familiar and acquainted with Nigel Short for a very long time, and I know that his sense of humor is not one that you want to be near in any social situation if you are easily offended. If you are easily offended by anything remotely, if you're sensitive at all in any way, shape, or form, he will find that sensitivity and he will jam a few jokes into that hole and he will twist. And twist. And he'll be smiling the whole time. It's like, he's so funny. He is incredibly funny and he's a good guy. He's inherently a good guy, I believe. Let's say we go this way, right? And now we have a lot of different lines here. So Gadikemsky likes to play g6 on the first move, or g3 on the first move, and play f4 on the second move, so he can get the Leningrad Dutch with white. Or Leningrad Dutch type setup with white. But yeah, basically what you're doing, Lauren, is you're just creating positions that your opponent isn't familiar with. You're following a logic of ideas. So you do have to look out for certain themes. The theory is not that important to me, as much as you pointed out, the fight. Yeah, but that's why there are newer lines like... Yeah, I suppose, but I mean, this is beneficiary for you. I'm from the Alex Yermolinsky school of you're driving an automobile toward your opponent in a massive game of chicken. This is the theory. The theory is two automobiles going at each other. One person or another is either going to A, have a mechanical flaw or fatal flaw, or they are going to chicken out and try to play something that is not theory. The thing that I don't like about the Dutch is that it's inherently weak in the endgame. Basically, you move your f-pawn, and it's inherently weak in a lot of situations along the light squares occasionally too, so you have to be careful of those. Now, honestly, what I'm saying is no bearing on whether or not an advantage can be preserved, because I believe in the... I've played the Leningrad Dutch. I have won Dutch-themed chess tournaments. I believe in playing the Dutch. I just don't believe in playing the Dutch as a way of life. We only have 45 Deshi. Did we fall off by that much? We had 65 the other day. Probably all gifted subs. I have to read that. I have to re-edit that. Let me just do this. I'm going to copy. I'm going to see if I can do this in the command center. Edit. And what was the command? Subs? Maybe it's subs. Oh no, I can't edit it here because it's got a call in it. It's got a call to the number, so it's not going to work. So meanwhile, let's just check out the last round each of these players played with white. Right? That's what I like to do as far as being prepared for a round. FIDE tournament today. Alirez is white against Nepo. Rajabov is white against Duda. And Nakamura and Fabiano are white. So let's just go back. So it's Naka, Ali, Raja, and Fabiano. So I believe I have to go back to round 9 for all of these players to be white. Oh, Nakamura was not white in round 9. Roger was white. Oh, it seems like an insurmountable task, to be honest. 47 minutes away. Craziness, yeah? Hold on 1 second while I mute something. Hold on 1 second while I mute something. I believe this is one of the chess bras, Omidalik. A barnyard ball right from the start. I think the easiest way to do that. All right, you're absolutely right. I don't blame you. A barnyard brawl right from the start is always good. No, absolutely. Awesome. Should all be good. What was that? So I need... Well, this is weird when my grandson doesn't go to school at 8 o'clock. No, the Leningrad holds up at the IM level as well, by the way. It's so funny that this perspective to me, because I don't think they're going to have a clue. Basically, you're practicing playing good chess for a long period of time. You're practicing coordinating your pieces on your own. You're not playing someone else's moves. You're not playing a certain number of moves. The opening chooses you. I don't believe everybody chooses their opening. But that's okay. I was wrong about the Benko Gambit too. My earliest student, who went over 2,000, became a candidate master. He introduced me to the Benko. He told me how good it was. I said, I can't believe that black could sacrifice a pawn. This was 1980. Let's see, we were at the US Open together in 1988, 1987, 1986, 1984, of course, is when I started working with him. So around 1984, he was the first person to get me teaching chess. That's right, it appeals to you. Not unlike most hallucinogenic drugs. Once you've had them, you can't stop. I think the last time I played the Dutch in a tournament game, I won in Philadelphia Open. Whatever year it was, I beat another 2,000, 2,100 player. It might have been slightly higher rated, but it was a game 60. And that type of opening does count in game 60. Meanwhile, I have to review my CCA options. Hold on here. Watch. Broadcasts. Can we get to the World Open from here? The Philadelphia International has ended. It ended yesterday. Official website. This is good. From here I can get to the World Open. The Philadelphia Open only had $22,000 in prizes. You had to be over FIDE 2100 in order to join, or you could be over 2200 USCF. Couldn't get in with anything less, so I guess I have to get my rating back up. Well, I want to go forward again. Now these are the CCA events.us. Let me make it Let me see if this works. Oh no, I need to go to play a simul first. Let's see if the simul window has been unchanged. There we go. Simultaneous window remains unchanged. Now you can read the whole thing. This weekend's World Open, Yeaton-Heimers is already there. Canada represents. Official website. We could probably see what the results page. That might actually be better. That didn't quite work out better. John Michael Burke, good for him. Brandon Jacobson. And I Am Min Lee. Did I Am Min Lee earn a Grandmaster norm? It seems like it should be enough among 9 rounds to earn a Grandmaster norm, but he had to have played really strong opponents. Win, draw, win, sorry, win. Draw, win, win, draw, draw. It does look like it. Mark Paragua has been on fire lately in other events. I've expected more from him. Michelle Wu, good for her. Everybody can see what I see. Good. What is that black bar that is infringing upon the bottom? Oh, it's not a black bar. One moment. Let me fix my... This is another layout that's messed up from the transition to the laptop. Thank you. Bear with me as I try to fix this. That's the old window. This is the new window. I don't need all of that on top. Can I expand this any more than this? No, huh? But do I need it to be so low? Maybe I don't need it to be so low. And if I want to stretch it, pull it in this way. There we go. That's how we do it. Now we're in business. Pardon me for the So I have to go back to the official website. We're going to go to chessaction.com. This is where we register. Make sure I'm not getting doxxed in any way. And now the World Open FIDE under 2200 is today and tomorrow. Or yesterday and today. The Women's Championship, Game 7, is tonight. I'm glad I didn't enter that. The 6th day began yesterday. Yeaton-Heimers is playing in the 6th day, so that was his 11 o'clock round. Everybody can see this okay? So yeah, $12,000 for my section. Is it $500,000 in prizes? Oh no, it's not. I misspoke. It's only 225,000 guaranteed prizes. It used to be $500,000 in prize fund, but I think post-COVID he's hedging his bets. So I'm definitely going to be playing in the under 2200 section. I have nothing to do with gain rating points. I cannot hit my floor any harder than I have. I'm going to play against players that don't know how to play chess. The schedule I'm choosing going down tomorrow is not this one. Or is it? One game? No, I don't want to play that. 3 buys. Just play the remaining days. Tough schedule. Well, the problem is that they don't have a faster schedule for the Open, I don't believe. They really don't. It's very annoying. I really can't make up my mind on which schedule I'm entering. Originally, Eatonheimers, my plan was to take 1 buy every day for the last 3 days. So the 3-day schedule probably is ideal. So I'm going to take a buy at 8:30, starting on Saturday. I'm going to play at 11, 1:30, 3:36. Then I'm going to take a buy in the evening there, Saturday morning. And Sunday evening. I'm sorry. Yes, that is my schedule. That's the section that I'm going to play. I'm going to do the 3-day. Fast chess against people who don't know what they're doing. 5 games in 1 day. I don't have a choice. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. Those tournaments, for example, I run a pool league that is the best of X, right? You bet first person to win 7 games. And it usually ends up being 6-6, and they play 1 game at the end. All right. Thank you, Eatonheimers. I cannot wait to meet many of you. We're going to have a meetup spot. Assuming that everybody that meets up is old enough to drink, we can pick a spot, and we'll post it in the Discord. But yeah. Look, my grandson is up. Mr. Numbers, how are you? I like the haircut. Even more now. Uh-oh, you left the cap off. You have no more black. You left the cap off.
I got you.
What's that? Angel Heart, what? We're gonna need some reserves if he's not gonna remember to put
I got sick this morning.
In what way?
I threw up like this morning.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it was not fun. I don't know why. I think maybe I overdid it in the sun yesterday or something.
Dehydrated.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a blue one, Bobby. Isn't there a blue one? What happened to the blue one?
I don't remember a blue one.
There's a red, blue, and black.
Oh.
You have to put the cap back on it. There's a way to revive
Go to
these.
work.
You want me to give you a lift?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone's gone?
No, but I want to restart my stream with a study stream in about half an hour, so we still have time to talk about this. All right. Drinking something you cannot. No, you don't have to drink. I'm just assuming you'll be able to sit in a place where drinking might be allowed. I don't even know. I can't remember anything about.
Make it 100.
About these events anymore, to be honest. I really can't remember anything anymore about this hotel. There's a main foyer area with an atrium in the front, and there's another level where the World Open is usually held on this level, and there's another level above that where the open section usually is. So there are two levels. And then the lobby area has one broad thing, which has a restaurant underneath the overhanging floors. There's a registration desk to the left, the parking garage, elevator, and then you got this entire area with a little bit of a business center and a huge lounge area that's open for food and drinks in the main hall. And I will show that when I get there. Last year I did a World Open IRL stream. I'm glad I reminded myself here. Content, I'm going to make sure that I download what I was not able to get to YouTube. Just in case. Five minutes in, that particular stream was interrupted. Fine. Oh, that one was recorded. This is the IRL that I wanted. Downloading the WSOP 2022 IRL. Testing. Downloading that one. Sorry to keep you guys occupied on this. Too many downloads? Fine. I'll find out what I've downloaded later. In any event, yeah, the 3-day schedule. That way, I'm going to rip it off like a Band-Aid. That is the shot. The 3-day schedule. With a bye in round 5. A bye in round 5, 6, and 9. Yeah, the 3-day schedule with a bye in round 5, 6, and 9. I'm only allowed 3 byes, I believe. Uh-oh. Yes, I can do it. That's good. Rogan Joe Sloan, how are you? I was just about to take my daughter to work. I'm going to come back with a study stream on either Tiger or my best games. Wi-Fi is back. My Wi-Fi is back because I'm at home, yeah. And Magnus Carlsen, of course, is arriving shortly to play in the World Series of Poker. Now that he saw that I left, the coast is clear. He feels confident. Good for him. Fair enough, right? So meanwhile, I do want to leave you guys in good hands. Most part. Thank you for bearing with me. Your Wi-Fi is also back. Oh, my Wi-Fi is back. I thought you said your Wi-Fi is back. This morning we had a great event. We were talking about how Alireza Firouzja was staying up all night long playing Bullet, and he was playing a 250 game match with Naroditsky. I think it was very irresponsible of Naroditsky to do this to the American team. You are? All right. head out. I will slowly wrap up. If at all possible, I was just downloading the IRL streams so that I can upload them to YouTube properly. And I don't know my YouTube address. I'm gonna have to put it on. I'm gonna put it on the bottom here with the Instagram and the Twitter addresses. I'm also gonna create a new layout today, if at all possible, wherein I will, if I can get this out in one sentence, where I will have a nice base layout for traveling to tournaments. Because if my school is not coming through, I need an even more basic layout that doesn't require any graphics at all or any complications. The IRL streams seem great. Once I went to no rotating world champions, for example, you don't know how much memory is involved in these rotating world champions. Now, it's also possible that I'm not unloading those when they are not showing. So I have to go and check those properties of those two, the women's world champions. Those may be rotating all the time, even when they're not loaded. And these product sponsorship in the top right, that may also be rotating and interacting even when it's not loaded. And I have yet another one. I have 4 images that are rotating graphics. One right above my picture for Opera Spiel. The products in the top right, men's world championships, or the classical chess world champions, and then the women's world champions, and it doesn't look good. So I have to definitely find out what I can do about those properties and how much. Maybe there's already an app that tells me what I need to do. I'm better than 94% of Blitz players. That's horrible. I want to see Magnus Carlsen's rating stats. I want to know where he is. You are better than 99.x of of other Blitz players. This has to be higher. 97%. We could play some classical. Just tell me that I'm weak. I'll accept it. Jessica Rabbit. So meanwhile, check our community streamers for a moment. Levitalk chat streams in Russian. I can't believe that I didn't realize that Mark Asserman had his name beginning with a C. He's not at his computer at the moment. Coming right back to you. I'm just closing a lot of tabs. Like a lot of tabs. The bot ban list. New one, Alien Gathering and Danking Around. There are some new bots on the scene. Do we have one of them? Let's make sure there are none here. Believe it or not, I believe we are bot free. I'll know in a moment. There's one unknown name that hasn't said anything in chat. Just checking. I think they're okay. They're just viewing. Very great to have you. Please tell me where you're from. If you have not yet followed, I understand. You don't have to wait around for anything. But I run a massive bot killing bot. Meanwhile, if you've not yet joined the dojo, please do. That way you'll get announcements on stream events, the Discord for IRL streams, among other things. I definitely need to get the handle on that one. I need to get an image generator, Instagram, and then post it to the Discord. And of course on the socials. That's how you're going to get a hold of it. Not to mention Chessable. Please use the YouTube. That's cheese.com. Let's do it. Oh, wait. I know who I was waiting for. Where is he? There we go. Please join me and one of my favorite YouTube video editors. He may even be able to give you my YouTube address. Because I don't have it. And hopefully he will keep you entertained. Let me reload this to see if he pops up on top. I don't know. It's interesting. We will find out. Our next event, by the way, since this is Friday, will be... No, this is Thursday. Our next event will be tomorrow morning. Giovanna Castro's birthday. Where is she from? Oh, Oh, that's Villa Villa. Uh-oh. That's not good. Let me give you a glimpse into how I fix this, or if we have enough time. I don't know if we have enough time, but I am going to fix it. Yes, I want to change my time zone back to New York. There we go. Quick Control C. Thank you everyone for staying with us. I do appreciate it. And then this is our birthday tomorrow.
Oh, because you rated me, I was watching you. That's why it came up.